Hello participants, welcome to Module 2-2 Linkage between SBC syllabus and the Mathematics and Science textbook. In this module, participants, you are expected to firstly explain the importance of studying maths and science, 2. Identify and understand the aims of science and mathematics curriculum at the primary level, and 3. Identify the strengths, scope and sequence and yearly overview of science and mathematics curriculum for grades 3, 4 and 5. Now participants, what do you think of when you hear someone talking about studying science or studying mathematics? What are they learning? Please feel free to express your ideas. This presentation is in two parts. I will go through the science component and the other presenter will come and do the mathematics component. Importance of studying science. Why study science? Science is fundamental in life. Science is a pillar for ongoing and future development of this resourceful nation. And 3. To understand the interactions between different components of natural, physical, and the space science. On your screen, you can see two quotes from famous scientists. Number 1, science of today is the technology of tomorrow, taken from Edward Teller. And the second, science and everyday life cannot and should not be separated, from Rosalind Franklin. The aims of science at the primary level is to prepare students to use scientific knowledge and methods to solve problems in their daily situations, to provide basic scientific concepts to help students understand themselves and the world around them, provide practical experiences in understanding the importance of sustainable development practices in their own environments, provide opportunities to learn about and appreciate the interdependence of all living things in the environment, provide opportunities to develop skills, habits of mind and attitudes necessary for scientific inquiry, provide experiences which builds on their interest in and stimulate their curiosity about the environment. Some science guiding principles. In order to learn science, we have guiding principles. Number 1, science is for everyone. 2, learning science is an active process. And 3, appreciate, respect and value the natural environment. For more information, you can find it in the junior primary grade 3, 4 and 5 science syllabus. Also in science, there are certain skills and processes used in the course of study. Skills. Skills that are used when engaging in an event or a phenomena. 2, collecting and presenting evidence or information. And 3, making meaning of the information. Also, there are processes involved. Processes are complex operations which call upon the use of several skills like 1, creative problem solving, 2, decision making, and 3, investigation. Now, we are going to look at the scope and sequence in the science subject. Subject science has 3 strands: life, physical science, and earth and space science. In the life science, we have 4 units. Number 1, plants. Number 2, animals. Number 3, human body. And the 4th unit, interaction and relationship in the environment. Under physical science strand, we have 3 other units: we have energy, force and motion, and matter. Under Earth and Space Science, we have 3 other units as well: our Earth, weather and climate, and space science. Contents in the 3 strands are organized from known to unknown. As you can see in the screen, we have a sample of the strand Earth and Space with contents lined up from grade 3 up to grade 12. In each strand, contents of each grade have links. For example, students learn about rocks and soil in grade 3, and based on that, they can identify the rock cycle in grade 5. Another example on water. In grade 4, we can find the contents of states of water, observing weather, interaction and relationship between living things and the environment. The learning contents of water is related among the different units in each grade. For grade 5, we have properties and changes of matter, formation and change of land, weather change, and plant growth. All of these are to do with water. In the standard-based education, the contents are organized from known to unknown using the spiral sequence. As you can see on the PowerPoint, the contents are organized from known to unknown to the next grade. Now we are going to look at the yearly overview. On your screen, you can see an example of the yearly overview of grade 3. The strands are organized for students to learn necessary prior knowledge for each chapter. The overview on your screen is a sample of a grade 3 yearly overview. In the overview, you will realize that there are 3 different strands. These strands are organized for students to learn necessary prior knowledge for the next chapter. For example, for some lessons of life strand, you need prior knowledge from physical science strand. Another example, for example, on life cycle of plants. The lessons on the life cycle of plants are distributed among the different terms, so that the cycle of the plant is looked at in detail. In the yearly overview, it contains the strand, unit, and the chapter, which links well with the grade 3, 4, and 5 science syllabus. Also, the yearly overview contains the topic, the lesson number, and the lesson title. You will also find that terms are indicated in the yearly overview. This has brought us to the end of the science component. Now we will look at the mathematics component.
Hello participants, I will be the next presenter to take you through linkage between SBC syllabus and textbook in mathematics. Before I go any further, let me take you through the importance of studying mathematics. We have 3 points on the screen. Why study mathematics? Point 1, to inspire the student's mind to become mathematically literate as they progress. Point 2, achieve mathematical skills and competent globally and locally in 21st century. Point 3, enjoy and value mathematics in the current development and technology. These are the 3 important points in studying mathematics for this standard-based curriculum. What are the subject aims for this SBC? The overall aim of the mathematics curriculum is listed in the following bullet points. Bullet point 1, provide quality mathematics education for all. Bullet point 2, think and reason mathematically. Bullet point 3, communicate mathematically by collecting, representing, analyzing, and evaluating information. Bullet point 4, apply mathematics process, knowledge, and skills in everyday life. Bullet point 6, analyze and solve problems using mathematics. Bullet point 7, make connections within mathematics and with other fields. Bullet point 8, appreciate mathematics as an essential and relevant part of life. And finally, become numerically literate in their daily lives. As we look at the subject aims of mathematics, in achieving the overall aims, there are two focus areas on students' learning. And they are 1, knowledge, skills, and understanding. 2, values and attitudes. In knowledge, skills, and understanding, we expect to develop students' applications of problem-solving strategies, computation and numerical reasoning, the attributes of shapes and objects and applying measurements strategies, and spiral visualization and geometrical reasoning. With values and attitudes, we expect students to appreciate mathematics as an essential and relevant part of life, be confident in applying mathematical concepts to everyday situations, be confident in undertaking mathematical challenges, and appreciate that mathematics has been developed in all cultures in response to human needs. The next section of this presentation is the strength, scope, and sequence of mathematics in linkage with the syllabus and the textbook for mathematics. In mathematics, there are 4 strengths, as you can see from the PowerPoint. Strand 1, number and operation. The content description of this strand, it consists of the contents that describes the meaning and representation of numbers such as integers, decimal numbers, and fractions, and methods of calculation. Strand 2, quantities and measurements. It is mainly about units and measurement of quantities surrounding us in daily life. Quantities taught in primary mathematics include length, area, volume, time, weight, and angle. The third strand is geometrical figures. It is mainly about the meaning and properties of plane figures and solid figures and the structure of geometrical figures. The last strand is data and mathematical relations. It is about patterns and number relations leading to an investigation of the way that one quantity changes relative to another, displayed in tabular and graphical forms. These are the 4 strands that you find in the syllabus, which is also linked with the national textbook. Now, in mathematics, we have scoped the curriculum from EP all the way up to grade 12. What you see on the PowerPoint is a sample of mathematics content alignment from elementary prep to grade 12. In each strand and topic, contents of each grade have links. Each students have to learn natural numbers less than, for example, each students have to learn natural numbers less than billion in grade 3 before learning larger numbers in grade 4. That is how you find, that is the structure of the content that you find in the content alignment from elementary all the way from EP all the way up to grade 12. In mathematics, the content in mathematics curriculum, the content is a spiral-like sequence, as you can see from the PowerPoint that is shown. For example, in grade 3, term 1, the students learn number and operation, which is addition of 3-digit numbers. In term 2, They learn number and operation, but this time it is multiplication, 2 digit times 1 digit. At the same time, in term 1, they also learn quantities and measurement in calculation of time, which is very much related to addition of 3-digit numbers in terms of learning the number of digits with calculations. In grade 4, if you see the content in grade 4, number and operation, decimal is introduced. As they go to term 2, they learn decimal numbers with their calculation. In the teacher's manual, yearly overview also shows the structure of textbook based on the scope and sequence. It also shows the strand, unit and topics and the lessons, and the duration of the lesson number, which is basically 60 minutes or double periods, but some are single. Teachers should teach in this order and not one strand at a time. The order of topic is designed to let students learn easier. In the yearly overview, children should not study same topic at one time because they forget the topic after a few weeks. If they are continuously taught related topic periodically, they reflect on what they have learned and their learning will remain longer. Some topics in a strand need to be taught before some topics in other strand. To sum up the both presentation for science and mathematics, bullet point 1, it is important to enrich the real life of the students with both mathematics and science. 2, both science and mathematics should focus on fostering not only knowledge but skills and attitude of students. 3, both science and mathematics should apply spiral structure in their curriculum and systematically designed. 4, both science and mathematics indicate the order of teaching clearly in the yearly overview in teacher's manual. Now participants, here are some exercises for us to do based on this presentation on linkage between SBC syllabus and textbook in mathematics and science. These are the following exercises to this module 2-2 on linkage between SBC syllabus and textbooks in mathematics and science. For the answers to the exercise of this module, please refer to the back page of the handbook to check your answers. With that, thank you all. This has brought us to the end of this presentation. You have a good day.